start this as well. Okay. So yesterday we covered this, inheritance. Then another topic is kind polymorphism. So polymorphism, the word it says like when I say poly is many. Okay, we do have it like in a mono and poly, right? Mono is like a single and poly is multiple. So polymorphism allows you to use the same method name but with the different implementations. I'll tell you that what is the meaning. Okay. For example, just as we discussed, as we have a class called animal, right? Already, the animal is having the method called sound already. Okay. Okay. Child animal also having method called sound. Okay. And cat also having the same method called sound. Okay. So this is the one like already already covered the polymorphism also in that part. So how how I'm saying and I'll explain you how it is going to be. So when I say cat also here in the main, we already tried this one, right? You see that animal one, animal two, and dog and cat, right? So this meaning see uh, the polymorphism allows to use the same method with different implementations. If I come here, see animal one, right? Same class. Okay, same method. Forget about this. So animal two, new cat, animal two, dot seven. Same class, but only reference variable changes because of this uniqueness, because if we are using the same thing in the same, then like we need to make the unique variable combination, right? This animal two. I'm calling also same method. Now you see it here, same method, same class, but seeing the different behavior when you call it. You see it here, when is a sound, right? With the method called sound method. Yeah, dog is sounding. First one, right? And here cat is sounding. So I didn't use this is you can use, you see the polymorphism, right? So I'm using the same method, but we have a different behavior. How did we achieve this behavior? Because of the child class objects. So because all are interrelated, actually, when I say classes, polymorphism, inheritance, and I'll explain like further encapsulation and also abstraction. So all are interlinked. So when I say something polymorphism here, the method this we call also called as a method overriding, because what we did is like sound is a method that we have overridden here in the dog class. That's what like we're able to call that sound method here, which is which will be getting the dog behavior, because dog also having sound method, cat also having sound method, right? We see here dog also having sound method and cat also having sound method. So we are getting the both behavior by making one reference. animal reference. So in this concept, first we already learned uh, inheritance, how it is working, right? Constructors and calling these methods are like an inheritance. We have seen that using this method, we are able to get the behavior of the dog method. Okay, and also dog is able to inherit all the properties from animal as well, right? That is the reason while creating object, the constructor of the animal also being called. So that hierarchy will go that way to complete the construction. So I just show the one initialize method here, animal, right? You see that every class also calling that, animal class is initialized to use. So cat also, created object that is also called animal constructor here, and animal initialized method also here, just to make sure that animal class is properly. So because without that use, it will not be completed, right? So it has to wait until that gets completed. Then only it's a completeness, right? So that's way there's a animal constructor, and animal constructor called it twice, for one for dog type and cat type. So this is called like polymorphism. I'll tell you, like there in the polymorphism also we have two things. One is okay, method overriding and method binding. I'll tell you that. Okay, clear? Okay. Now, now you see that encapsulation. So encapsulation, that word says that capsulation. So do how many? I think how many? Everybody knows the capsules, right? So we do have a some kind of any medicines. We have a tablets and also capsules, right? So do you know what is the capsule meaning, guys? So when I say capsule, something like we do have a normal tablet, which is only one type of material. Only one material will be there in the form of tablet. But when I say capsule, we do have a two kind of a materials added in the form of particles in that. Half of the part, one part is something, some other medicine, and second part is another medicine. Always like that is the real meaning of the capsule. Okay, so they cannot be grinded there. That's why like they form it into a capsule that you can easily open it, because the two parts will be there, right? The capsule will, what the behavior of the capsule is, that will bind the medicine into a single unit, right? So that will bind a entire medicine into a single unit. So that is called capsule, right? The same thing, like the same terminology we adopt here, encapsulation. This involves keeping a fields private and providing the public getter and setter methods to access and update those fields. Meaning, you can see it here, class person. We have a two fields now. Fields are attributes, we can say. Okay, one is name and second one is age. Here, these two fields we do have it. How can you use this field? We should not use directly, person dot name or person dot age. So because we are giving the access to private. Okay. So if you give the private access for these names, this will be not be visible for outside of the world. Okay, so that will be accessed via any public methods. For example, when you order anything in food, right? So if you order, when you go to the restaurant, the first what you do is like you need to order the food. The time when bearer come to you or waiter come to you and say that what do you want, sir? Okay, he'll say some food, right? Okay, let's say one biryani and one coke or something you might have ordered. So only that person, right? But is that guy is really going to prepare the food? No, right?
No.
So in the kitchen, what you do is like he'll go and give the order to the go to the kitchen there and he'll say that, hey, for the so and so table, they need one biryani and coke. Okay, there are the team of members. Okay, chefs, so they can assist him. They prepare themselves. They won't visible for others, outsiders, right? Are real customers. Because here who are the bearer or who take your order, that guy only like will be visible for the customers, but actually behind the scene who prepare the coke and biryani and make it ready, and they'll keep that in the plate and put all other stuff there and decorate and give it to you. They'll give it to bearer who took the order, and that guy just simply he took that one and give it to the customer, right? The same way we can understand this also. When I say fields and age, name and age is the fields of the class called person. So they won't be visible. That's what we are making as a private. So others cannot see this. So this will be accessed via public methods called, let's say, get name. When I say get name, the value of the written name giving to this method, so that that name will take that value and give it back. Okay, if you want to set any values there, set name will come into picture. Set name. So get name and set names are here, are like in a kind of a bearers where they'll come to you and take the order and in the restaurant. And the same like get age and set age as well. Clear? So how can we say this encapsulation behavior is now you see the methods are getter and setters are binding, are okay, are making the fields safely. The same thing, how capsule the outer layer, right? Two parts will hold that the medicine safely without disturbing or without mixing or maybe without spoiling, right? So that it will hold it. The same way, if names and A's are fields are inside the capsule, there is a medicine. You can imagine name and A's fields are medicine inside the capsule, but outer layer, the capsule where you form it, right? They are the methods. So they are protecting the actual medicine. So that is called encapsulation here. That is, I think this is easily understandable. Guys, any questions?
Sir, can you explain about
Okay.
the is-a relation and
All
has a
right.
relation? What is
Okay, any questions, guys? Okay, now that's I'll execute this as well. How we are going to encapsulate this value. For example, I'll create a class called person now.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Sri.
Devi.
Yeah, Sri Devi. Sorry, I think like no, I see just only few.
So, is a relationship and has a relationship. The concept will be there, no? about the composition, aggregation. Can you explain that?
Okay, yeah, I'll cover that. Probably in a further class I'll cover because that is kind of at this moment maybe like I wanted to understand everybody some kind of a basic concept, then give it some kind of a real real time standards. At that time I wanted to cover some kind of a crack. You can say like fast track. Questions
Okay.
to cover up the entire stuff.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, let me get copy this class and do that now. Okay, okay. It's the person not required anything. Just I created it here. So where I can see now, just it feels right. So what I do is, for example, I'll make it public. Let's see. Okay. And what I do is, oops, demo. Okay. For timing, I'll comment this part so that it won't visible in the screen on the console. What I do is I'll going to create a object for person. How can I create an object? Okay, person, new person. So now you see that person dot. So there is a visibility that I can see age and name, right? So, when I say I'm in the demo, what I'm typing here, assume like I'm the customer in a restaurant. Okay. Um, Now you see that what happened now? Okay, now you see, now you see this person. I'm a customer directly. I'm playing the uh, fields of the person here. I didn't use any setters and getters. Okay. Now, you see this. Whatever you entered, you got the same thing, right? Now, what I do is, I'll create another object, Part2. Set a job. I'm doing the same thing. Okay. Now, what I do is, person2. Person2 dot get name I put. Here, age I put here.
Sir, person to age. Person to.
Person2. Thanks. Let me run it. Now you see, did you see the difference? What is the difference here for the two output? Anyone noticed? Anyone notice the output? What is the difference?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference?
Cook age is 0, sir.
Yeah, cook age is 0. Yes. Why it is? Because there is some kind of a amendments are there. Okay, some modification and checks are there in the set age. Right? See, if you give the access, they don't know the customer facing how they are, right? Cooks. So that's why, like, when the trained people will be there, in the hotel, like who did like hotel management, right? How to behave the people, how to take the order, and what kind of stuff it is there. Like, the people are there, right? So they are the trained people are calling as a methods. Okay, just like, please connect the dot when I explaining real-time scenario with this one. So here you see that set age. So for example, before that, what I directly access the fields now. These are the cooks who are there in the kitchen. Okay, if they're able to access are visible for the customers, right? Whatever they set here, they're able to get the result. But actually, age can be given -1, no, right? So age cannot be negative number. So, for example, in that way, when I say something, for example, uh, when you're in the restaurant, says that like you need to follow certain principles, right? So you need to call the people and give it to the response. For example, if you ask, I want to take some kind of a ingredient which we are using in the biryani. If you ask the cook who is preparing that ingredients, right? Some kind of a masala who is used to prepare and keep it there, right? So if you ask him, maybe he cook may say that okay, he's asking, he's not trained, right? Customer are asking, then they'll go and get that ingredient to him. But actually, is that works in real time? No, right? But yeah, if the barrier is there, like when he asks something, I need some kind of a masala we are going to use in the biryani. Say that no, sir, that is not possible, right? He'll say. So that's not possible, sir. If you want to have the biryani, just will you order the biryani, just we will make it ready, that then give it to you that, right? So I mean, just you can you can connect the dot and that way I say. Like when I say person age here, whatever I put here, like maybe age is not trained one, so that like he got the value here and set the value, and the same value get printed here. But yeah, the same here. Cook age is one. This is wrong representation. Even the person is right. Given negative value. But the trained version, because when you say here setter methods, right? Then we got the right value. So that is the reason we need to hide the fields uh, fields so that it won't be visible for the end consumers. Okay, the end consumers will only deal with the trained persons called like methods. Okay, so what I do is here, then I am going to change this access specifier. This access is public. As you say public, anybody can access that. Even customers are outside of the customers, outside of the people also they can access there. But actually their role is they should be there within the kitchen, and they need to listen, take the order, they need to listen whatever bearer says, that whatever they got the order, that they need to listen, take the order and give it back to them. That's all, nothing else. They don't bother about the outside of the wall. They need to see all the kitchen items, and they need to make it all the ingredients and make it prepare based on that, like and give it to them. That's all. So then what we need to do is, then we need to make them private here. Private, so that as this is a private, this methods also there in the class, right? These can be accessible, name and age. Now, as soon as you make them private here and save it, you come here and whoops, as a demo, see, you got the error. Previously you didn't get the error, right? So clearly it's saying like change visibility of age to package or replace person age with setup. We can now JVM understand that. And Eclipse is saying that like be with this, right, saying that okay, that class is already compiled now and says that that is these are not public, we can't access from here. Then if you want to use this, we need to use setters and getters in this way. Now, like this. Now you see that person is talking to the people or anything like through setters methods here, giving the order. When it says setter, giving the order to that. Okay, if you want to, while getting, they're getting this order. So this name and age are the bearers here. So they are setting mean like placing the order, and receiving the order is getting here. Now you see this. I think we already see this output, right? Sorry. Okay. I need to comment this also because I see that. So this can be taken only if it is a positive number. Clear? So here, this is the encapsulation where the person is a class where the fields are private. These are getting secured by method names because no one directly accesses these fields names because they are private. By using access specifier, we are making the behavior of the encapsulation. So the in the object oriented programming, one of the concept called encapsulation that is being used here by making the fields are private and methods are public. Okay. So and another one is any questions? Then I'll go to the abstract. Okay. Anyway, I'll give the practice also questions so that you can practice. So abstraction, another an important last topic is abstraction. Abstraction is hiding the implementation details and only exposed to the essential features. Okay, meaning when I say abstract class animal here, so previously animal class is when we say some kind of a sound method, right? The sound, method here, right? The sound method is already there, but we already implemented this class in the animal, right? So when I say you implemented, yes, when you open braces and close braces, and if we keep it this we treated as implementation done. Okay, you write empty or if you give the blank also, but as per JVM, understand that, so implementation is done. So animal class sound method is already implemented on his own, and dog also having sound method on his own, and cat also having the sound which is own. Okay. Now, for example, sound is the common feature, right? For both any animal, if you take it, isn't it? Or only specific? No, right? If say animal, any animal that can be that can make a sound, right? So when I say sound is a compulsory method or mandatory method or mandatory feature which can be extracted, which can be implemented of its own, then what we can do is then that animal method we can say as abstract. When I say abstract, how can you define the method called? Okay. When I say using that any method like using like this, then that class also should be a abstract. Okay, listen carefully. When I say abstract, abstract is a, when I say the method like where we don't want to implement at this moment here. Okay, what are the classes are going to extend me, they will do of our own. I don't have any specific implementation. But who are extending me, they need to, they have to, they must implement this method. They may not use, use this one, they may not extract this one. They may or they may not. They may or may not. But this need to implement because I don't have any by default behavior. But but everyone has to implement of their own. If you are extending to me, or if they are extracting from me, then what we need to do is, for example, dog, right? Dog is extending animal. So just for now, what I do is I don't implement this. Say something. Saying like adding unimplemented methods. Sorry, add unimplemented methods. Why it is saying add unimplemented? If you want, you can you need to implement because you are extending the animal, but animal characteristic is the characteristics you have to do it because there is a one abstract method. Abstract method is they hide that information by default that you need to implement it here because they don't have the implementation there.